So, where did we leave Zurich? Oh yeah, Swissair, explosives, Israeli James Bond, fancy terminal, and a whole lot of noise complaints. So we know how Zurich has developed over time, and with Europe slowly adapting to the new COVID normal, Zurich Airport has many plans for the future. They currently have 6 development projects on the go. The first is the second phase of the Zone West development project that had already begun. Essentially, the plan is to develop the Western Apron even further. While they added 2 additional long-haul gates in 2016, ultimately they want to add 14 new gates, meaning 12 more to come. Additional hangars are to be built to keep up with the predicted resurgence in air traffic, though the plan is to begin their construction in 2026 at the earliest. And of course, there's your stock standard car park facilities extension to come also. Unfortunately for AvGeeks, this project would mean that the existing airport viewing area will be relocated due to the scale of the project. The second project of the 6 acts as the next stage in the continued development of Zurich's runways. In this case, runway 1028 East-West is being refurbished and updated. This runway began operating in 1948, so keeping it updated and ensuring its continued development means that it maintains the required level of safety for operation. Hold up. Actually, is it safe? Let's take a quick look at the runway's history. Built in 1948, extended to 2,500 metres in 1960, with a use life of 30 years. Completely overhauled in 1984, given another 30 years of use life. Closed in 2000 for a few months whilst a road tunnel was built underneath it. Safe use life ended in 2015. But because Flughafen Zurich already had a lot happening in 2015, they didn't really have the time to overhaul the runway again, so they conveniently extended the use life by 7 years into 2022. I mean, really, if other airports were that loose with runway safety, there'd be a lot more major incidents at airports worldwide every year. Nevertheless, the renovations have actually begun, and according to Flughafen Zurich, they will be done at the deadline of the 7-year extension in mid-2022. The development project includes new approach lighting, 3 new transformer stations, a complete renovation of the centre line, and multiple structural fatigue life tests of the runway's foundation to determine when the runway foundation will next need to be relaid. And the overall cost? A humbling 88 million Swiss francs. The third project is the new taxiway network to accompany the runway overhaul. Flughafen Zurich have provided us with these very handy infographic maps to show where the changes are occurring, and I totally understand this. So the cyan-coloured taxiways to the east are the new taxiway paths to be built. This map demonstrates the bottleneck that exists as a result of the current system. The new paths should increase both the efficiency and safety of the aerodrome. The project includes the new Yankee taxiway around the eastern end of runway 28, with its high-speed taxiways Yankee 1 to 3 from runway 14, the Charlie and uniform taxiways, de-icing pad Zulu with its operational buildings, as well as the relocation of roads, operational areas, and the airport fence. The current taxiway routing around runway 28 project spatially separates the traffic flows of arriving and departing aircraft from one another for the most part. More than 100,000 crossings over runway 28 will be avoided each year in comparison with 2019. The timeline for this project is long term, with the earliest estimated completion date being 2028 at the cost of 315 million Swiss francs. Then there's the Zone A baggage sorting system, a small-scale project but no less important to the others. This project is already at its tail end, planned for the completion in 2023. At 400 million Swiss francs, the project required an immense amount of technical engineering to create the system. The entire project includes a new building to increase the capacity of the existing baggage system, the replacement of many current parts of the extensive baggage sorting system, and a larger early baggage storage facility to enable more flexible handling of the baggage sorting system. The fifth project is the expansion of Landside passenger zones. 2 levels will be extended, with improvements to the existing infrastructure framework at the airport. The idea of this project is to eliminate existing bottlenecks for passengers moving through the Landside section of the airport. The cost sits at 250 million Swiss francs and should be completed by 2024, with the project having already gotten underway. The 6th and final project on the horizon for Zurich Airport is the Glatt Regeneration Initiative. This is an initiative driven by the desire to preserve Switzerland's incredible natural beauty. The project has been in the works since 2012 and focuses on the Glatt River basin to the west of the airport. As it is, the Swiss government has a well-seasoned regulatory framework for land developers to ensure that they are giving back the same amount that they are taking, environmentally speaking. The Glatt Regeneration Initiative goes above the levels required of Flughafen Zurich to counter their many projects on the go at the moment. The Glatt River Basin will be transformed into a large, attractive recreational area for the general public. It will have trees to combat CO2 pollution long term, some walking and riding trails, and many natural habitats for all manners of species of wildlife. And speaking of the environment, now it's time for our usual checkup on how Zurich Airport are being environmentally responsible. So let's have a look. Let's see, we've got a dedicated climate protection plan to achieve net zero emissions across the aerodrome by 2050. This plan has dedicated sections that talk in depth about the process of reducing energy consumption, increasing efficiency and moving away from fossil fuels. Flughafen Zurich have created 6 different work programs to achieve net zero by 2050 through climate protection. Building insulation, building air conditioning, geothermal structures designed to reduce CO2 emissions caused by regular developments, photovoltaic energy, which really is a fancy way of saying solar power. I mean, come on Flughafen, just say solar power! Then there's energy efficiency through more efficient lighting and sustainably operated baggage systems. Finally, there are the transition to natural gas-powered utility vehicles across the airport. These well-developed initiatives have earned Zurich Airport the Airport Carbon Accreditation, a seal that demonstrates that an airport is taking appropriate action to combat carbon emissions across their aerodrome. And that's it. That is everything about Zurich Airport from start to finish.
Hey, thanks for watching this video, and remember, as always, if you have any suggestions for which airport I should cover next, please leave them down below. I'd love to hear them. If you love this video and you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. It helps my channel a lot. Please like and comment below. As always, I'll see you in the next video, and have a great week.